What's up, Doomers? Welcome back, and today we're going to be talking about a pedal that has become a modern legend. Now, the track you just heard is just a snippet of a full track that includes this very dirt box on every single instrument. Yes, even drums, even vocals. So if you're not really interested in nerdy deep dive, feel free to use this scroll wheel at the bottom and get yourself to the full fuzzy good stuff. But for those of you that are going to stick around, let's get in to the DOD Carcosa. So I'm talking about this pedal today because when I see people asking about what kind of fuzz they might want as their first fuzz, as something alternative to complement what they've already got, or they're just looking for the best sound they can right now, this has just become synonymous. So why? What sets it apart? Well, for starters, it has a very intuitive gain control. And while we'll normally find that as one knob on any other fuzz pedal or distortion pedal, this is actually split into two. So we have a before and we have an after. And in the context of fuzz, that is really, really useful for tailoring those sort of finer details that would otherwise separate pedals. And it has a little toggle for a bass boost, making bass players do a little wee in the pants. So here it is with all of the knobs at noon, and let's go from there. So you can hear, this is aggressive, at least in this setting. Very fuzzy, very gnarly. Nothing smooth about it. This is not a big muff. People will say it will get you into a lot of different fuzzes area, but I wouldn't say it would get to a muff. I've seen people say it would get to a muff. I don't think that's right at all. So let's start by playing around on this. I'm going to put this right here, the after knob, all the way down, and I'm going to keep the high cut where it is. We're going to start by bringing before in very slowly. So here we go. That's weirdly clean. Let's turn it off. How'd you like my sax? That's the good old Victory V40 in that basement mode. Didn't expect to hear that today, did you? Knock right up a little bit. This could be someone's always on pedal with everything off. Let's bring the before knob in. 9 o'clock. Probably going to get louder all of a sudden. Pickups are P90s, by the way. These are Seymour Duncan P rails, but I'm sticking on the P90s. And this is the great thing about it. So that's just like an overdrive, right? Proper push damp kind of overdrive. We're not talking about a mid-hump overdrive, tube scream, kind of thing. It's breakup, right? Let's push before. So now we're getting maybe a little bit more fuzz. We're getting some bite, we're getting some bit of compression on the top end. Let's push it more. I think we're pushing distortion territory. And this is where, personally, I find the high end getting a little too weird. So pull that down. That's pretty cool, right? If any of you aren't fuzz fans, I don't think you expected to do a dirty overdrive. But this is the flexibility of the pedal. You can tune it to how crazy fuzzy you want. These two knobs are going to do very different things for you. This is the before knob maxed out. You can hear it starting to compress, proper overloaded transistor fuzz. Where it kind of bites on the attack, it actually compresses there. Pretty cool. So let's roll that completely off and try the after knob just at 9 o'clock. Does that do anything? Not a huge amount. Let's keep going. You'll notice after is really the fuzz knob. Before is like an overdrive knob, and the after is a fuck it up knob. Here it starts to get into that territory of pure maestro fuzz tone kind of thing. But if we keep going, so it's 3 o'clock, nearly all the way up. Now, if you don't like fuzz, this really hasn't convinced you. That is probably the I hate fuzz sound. I really like how this pedal gates. We'll come back to that. Up full. Smooths off a bit, but we're still getting like very gated and it's still pretty thin. So let's kick in that bass boost. Now let's roll the high completely off to see if that tames it a bit more. Now that's getting pretty cool, right? Now the magic happens. Now we combine before with after. So now we're getting a bit of that warm overdrive from the before, but we're getting some attack from the after. Immediately we're getting thick, full fuzz kind of sounds. So now we've got loads of gain and it's gating. It can sound full and thick. Let's put the bass boost on. Let's cut some high end. Now this is about the region that I would normally play it. It's thick, it's sputtery, stoner fuzz goodness. Let's max it out. And so to the first comparison, a classic Fuzz Face. This is the little mini reissue, the Hendrix Signature Silicone version. I've got to admit, I played off camera and I've already got them sounding pretty close. I mean, they're not the same, but if you like the Fuzz Face and you've got a Carcosa, you'll make do. So pretty close, but the Fuzz Face has this legendary thing of cleaning up. So let's see what the Carcosa can do. So maybe not as glassy, chimey, top end sharp as the Fuzz Face, but the Carcosa cleans up and it cleans up really well. You know what else cleans up really well? Boss tones. So here we have the KMA Fuzzly Bear. It's a boss tone circuit with some tweaks that make it really cool. They just sound so solid. They're more drive-like and they clean up really well. So let's hear them both full blast, and it didn't take me long to make them sound the same. Now let's clean up the Carcosa. over to the Fuzzly Bear. So yeah, damn, it'll do boss tone. And so now we're on to the tone bender, and this is the Colby fuzz sound. You guys in the rest of the world might know it as the Park fuzz sound, but here in the UK we get Colby. It's a Mark III tone bender clone, and I must just like setting my fuzzes to sound exactly the same because, again, a mild tweak got me here. Does a tone bender clean up? Not really. And so, as I said earlier, it doesn't really do. Muff. Obviously, there's a lot of muffs I could choose from, but I've gone with the green Russian here because it's kind of the driest. It's kind of the muff that goes a little bit back towards fuzz in a way. Less muffy saturation, more of a clear low end, and a bit more mid-range than a lot of muffs have. Let's see how it doesn't compare. So I've got the bass boost in on the Carcosa. I've got the high cut right the way down. You can immediately hear the Carcosa has all this attack where the big muff is completely scooped by comparison. And of course, being a green Russian, it's bassy. So guys, if you just watched that entire portion of the video, thank you so much. It really means a lot to me to make all that and for someone to pay attention. But whether you skipped here or you've pushed your way through, here's what you've been waiting for. Here's the Carcosa. And that's it for another one. I do hope you enjoyed it. I will be back soon. So please subscribe to the channel if you haven't. It really does help me out. It gives me a lot of encouragement. You guys have a good old chinwag in the comments. It's all just good to see. No matter what your opinion is, it's all about the discussion. And I'll see you next time. Fuck you, doomers.